Hi, everyone, and welcome to the School of Money podcast. We've been planning this podcast for a long time, and it's not been easy for over a year. We've been planning and we fail. But right now, we're bringing to you the first episode of School of Money podcast, and all we talk about here is money. And the aim of this podcast is to help you become financially literate. You know who it is already. It is Coach Atta, and I'm here with my friend, my business partner, and we just clicked. The moment we met each other, we just clicked, and it's been a very good conversation we've been having ever since. I'm going to let him introduce himself because he's from Delta State, and you know those Delta names are very hard to pronounce. So, guy, introduce yourself.
I'm Favor Ibrisike. I'm a co-founder of a Web3 startup called Cryptlands. And I'm also a financial literate because this country will actually bend you
Yep.
learn financial literacy by force.
Honestly speaking, and this is the reason why we started this podcast because, of course, we know what the country is saying, right? And it makes a lot of sense that we start teaching people some of the skills they need, to be able to make good financial decisions that would better position them financially as individuals. And so, let's get right into it. The first question I have for you is, what does a financially literate person look like? Now, he didn't do a good job at introducing himself. It's actually a personal finance coach. Mr. Favor. It's actually a personal finance coach. But you know all these guys that are very humble and they know they like to show themselves. But it's actually it trades a lot of it trades crypto, it trades mutual funds, it trades stocks. It's the kind of person that should be talking to us about financial literacy. What does a financially literate person look like in Nigeria?
It's someone that just spends below their what they earn in a simple term. There's no physical attribute in terms of dressing looks, but just someone who has the sense of, okay, I'm earning 200K. My expenses should be below 200K. At least I should be spending at least 30% or 25% of my total earnings. Now, the truth is, this country will make you spend, especially emergency funds. For instance, you get a call from mom that mommy is sick or daddy is sick, we need funds. Or your landlord comes and tell you, oh, it's the sports in the compound, you need to bring so and so amount. Some of all these expenses just pop up. So how do you take care of it? So I learned something from a friend of mine. He's a journalist and also a startup founder. So we had this conversation about budgeting, and we'll come to budgeting. So he was telling me, educating me on how he spends his money.
Yeah. Okay.
He said all his expenses for 2025 has been done last year. So all the flights he needs to take, all the places that he's going to go,
Hmm.
he has budgeted everything for, like, in detail, the amount, and he has paid ahead.
Wow. Okay.
So currently right now, I think from February to June, he has gone to more than 12 countries.
Okay.
And
What
you
does it do?
he's a journalist.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
He's a journalist.
All right.
And he works for one of the top media
Okay.
in the country. So that gives him, but you would think he's traveling with his money.
Mm-hmm.
But most of these things have already been projected from,
By the organization.
thank you.
Yeah.
So he's living below, but most times when we see, say, guy, you think I have money? I don't have money. It's very tech right. But the fake life is living is a plan to
It's a
take
planned, very
a
well
plan,
planned.
it's very
Yeah.
planned fake life. So he's not eating into his future finances or money he has made. No, it's something that he was telling me. They say, do you know that? He told me something about, you can have money, but don't have money. It was not like, do you understand what I was saying? He said, okay, let me explain. He said, you can see 2 million naira in your account, but that money is not for you.
Of course. Yeah.
He said, that's how you need to,
Especially as business owners.
as business owner. Now, that money is for the business, not for
It's
you.
not your personal
It's not your personal money.
boss.
But most of us have not learned that you need to separate, especially business owner, you
Yeah.
need to separate your personal life from your business finance.
I think I will need to get that brings my next question, which is why do most Nigerians struggle financially? Even for the ones that are earning well, right? Even for people that are earning considerably well, they are the ones that even borrow money more. They are the ones that are even in debt more. People that are earning well. Why?
We want live for the lifestyle now, especially this Lagos Instagram lifestyle.
One of the things that you were actually saying before we actually started, rolling was that and it's actually very true, which is once your income increases, your lifestyle
I
will
thought
automatically, adjust.
I had this issue too. So that was in 2022. Started earning. So like I was getting jobs because I started getting gigs back to back. So getting gigs back to back, instead of actually using my brain to start saving,
Yeah.
I was not spending recklessly. So what happened to me was I hit a ditch. So it's as if finance ceased. Then I came back to my senses. You don't want to be in that shoes, and many of us are currently in that shoes, and you're looking for ways to get out of it. You just need to learn from your mistakes because life is in seasons. And when you have opportunity, Bible talks about 7 years of plenty and
And
7 years
7 years
of
of
lack.
lamp. Mhm.
It happens to everybody. You see that your years of plenty, save funds,
Yeah.
try and keep something somewhere, because in the years of lack will come. It is what you do in your years of excess
Yeah.
that will sustain you through your time of
Especially in
life.
a man's life. It's hardly you somebody that's always going, except no some yeah, especially as a young person. Maybe you say between the ages of 18 and 35 or so. At a certain age, your income becomes a bit stable when you figured out life, right? When you've established some things, right? Your income starts becoming stable. So you don't really experience those dips as much. But when you are in your 20s, those dips are a lot.
So there's this mindset that a lot of young people have, is the fact that I just need to make more money.
Mhm.
But the thing is, you will not make enough. You will not make more money. It is the one that you are making now that will determine if you are going to have more
Or not.
or not.
Yes, it's your lifestyle.
Is your lifestyle. So there are people who earn 50K in this
Mhm.
economy
Yeah.
and they have money in their reserve compared to somebody earning 400 or 500K every month. Why? Because they know how to spend. They know where their money is going
That's
to.
life.
It's lifestyle. But okay, let me give you an instance. For me now, I run a mutual fund. I have a mutual fund account. I have a stock account.
I think we're gonna do another podcast entirely on neutral.
On those ones.
Let's just
But let me just give you like an overview of what I do. So if I need mutual funds is not okay. When we get to mutual fund, I will explain more about
mm,
mutual funds. But what my mutual funds does for me is like an emergency fund for me.
mm,
Like I keep my cash there for emergency case purpose.
yeah.
I don't want to spend. And thank God to some of these investment apps and savings apps that helps with helping you discipline yourself. Because someone like me, I like living lavishly.
Yeah.
But with those apps, it has helped me reach like I'm
Stay more
cascading
disciplined. Stay more disciplined. Yeah.
because before the app will actually release funds to me,
Mm, yes.
the
Because
this habit, that thing I want to, it will die
it
down.
will have died down. Yes. Yes. It
It
will
will
have died.
die down.
I think
Just
I mean, even if you've not gotten anything from this episode of this podcast, one of the things you should get is that wealth creation, being richer begins with lifestyle. It's not the income, it's your lifestyle. That's just one of the things that and we thank God for apps like PiggyVest that has come to help us live a more controlled, lifestyle. I want to ask a question. What are some of the three things that prove that somebody is financially literate? Three things
one
that prove. Yeah.
one where you put, they say where you put your money, that's where your mouth. Where you put your money, that's where your mouth is. Something like
Yeah,
that.
you put your money where your mouth is.
Put your money where your mouth is. Now, one of the things is how you spend in terms of what are you spending on a daily basis? What is eating your money?
Mhm,
You get, so first of all, some of us we like this outing, like we always want to go out every weekend.
mhm,
So you have small money, you want to go out. You have this, you want to go out. You want to buy this, you want to buy that. And most of the times we spend more than we earn. So, for instance, you are especially money that you have not received. So someone called you for a deal and said, okay, I'll pay you so and so amount within so and so period of time. Now you guys are still negotiating, and I said, okay, we start this project within this period. And you are now saying, okay, this 500K they come. So
started planning for money that
they are now planning what. So now you now start entering debt.
mm,
Yeah, find me 200K, give it and waste until the money has not. And not that the 200K you are spending it on something tangible. It's something that we
maybe flex.
is a liability.
Mm,
You're not spending it on an asset class,
yeah,
you're spending
on
on that,
lifestyle.
on lifestyle,
Mhm.
which is
So
totally
that person, so three things before we go. that prove that you are financially literate?
One is you spend less than you earn. That's one.
Okay.
Number two is you need to have a savings account.
Savings. Oh, okay.
You need to have a savings account and an investment account.
That's long-term savings.
Long-term savings.
Yeah.
Because that long-term savings is what will save you.
Yeah.
Then another thing too is cut your lifestyle.
Cut your coat according to your size, like they will say.
Cut it according to your material, not even to your size.
According to your
Because
size.
if the material is 2 yards, if your size is 4 yards, you have to sew 2 yards. Meaning
You have to find a way.
You have to find the way.
You have to find a way.
So your lifestyle has to be totally. You have to kill it. You see those urges. It has to. You need to learn delay gratification.
Yes. Okay, so so you talked about 3 things that indicate that you're financially literate, which is number one, living below
Equal
your
any
yeah,
income to have a savings account.
long-term savings.
Long
Then number three,
Number three is cut your lifestyle. Avoid nightclubs, weekends, all those places
yeah,
you must not go.
stay indoors.
They did not write it somewhere. There is a rule that if you do not go to this place on Saturday, you will die.
Yeah, something will happen.
Or you will not make effort. Sit at home. Let that money just save that money somewhere. Because that money might be because when we come to investment, you understand the importance of savings because there are times you need some investment opportunities that
It's critical.
is critical and it's very important that
Yeah.
they will just say, okay, we need 100K for this.
Mm-hmm. And if you don't move
And
quickly,
if you don't move quickly, you miss out on that opportunity. And most of us have missed out on the opportunity. So imagine all those 10K you were spending, all those 5
if you had kept them in a savings,
in a savings account, it would have spoken for you on that particular opportunity.
yeah. So finally, what are what is what are some of the financial mistakes you made, or one financial mistake you made that you want other people to learn from and adjust?
And I think it's on my financial mistakes, something we are doing. I'm like we Nigerians are doing every day in terms of we spend more than we earn. That's it. That thing is a killer. It's a disease.
You cannot be financially stable if you
Cannot be financially able when you, for instance, you are earning 500K, you are living in an apartment of 3 million a year. Bro, what's up?
you're killing yourself.
You have
It will take you 6 months of salary to be able to.
we're not talking of feeding, we are not talking of clothing, we are not talking of transport because on a daily basis there are some needs that are pretty expenses.
Yeah, yeah.
No matter how much you want to be,
You must eat.
you must do data, you must do data, you must actually even you must pay transport,
You must pay that money, but
you must
go cost, of course.
So these are some things you need to put into consideration
Situation. Yeah.
because that really affects. So there was it, like I said, 2021, 1922, 22, yeah, had like a big breakthrough. Started spending like a madman.
Of course.
Why do I go into this place? Like everyone on my WhatsApp status knew my locations because I was a big time baller. Buying expensive, dressing expensive, looking all glamorous, but bro, I think when I hit my dish, oh,
That's when you came to realize.
I came to realize like nobody's coming to save you.
Nobody. So thank you so much for coming on this podcast. Next we're going to be talking about something fantastic. I want you to follow this YouTube channel if you like content like this, because our aim is to help you become financially,
It's to get you wise.
to make you wise with your money. And of course, if you're a business owner as well, we're going to be creating special financial literacy videos for you that are specific for business, because business finance and personal finance are not the same thing. They're quite different. But follow this page for more, and we're going to see you on the next episode of the School of Money podcast.